Hello, welcome to another event of the Maryland STEM Festival. Tonight we have a special program featuring Hispanics in STEM. And we're bringing this program because unfortunately the Hispanic population has a low participation in the STEM world. Right now, the last numbers I saw, it's about 7%. And we'd love to see those numbers go up. They do appear to be going up, but we think that programs like this can help that number grow even more. So we have a number of very talented STEM Hispanic professionals, and we're going to be interviewing them in Spanish and English, and they're replying in both for those of you who are only conversing one language. And our moderators tonight are Zoma and Gigi. So I am turning the program over to them. Two last things. If you would like to post on Facebook or anything, our hashtag is MDSTEMFest. And if you have any questions, please put them in the chat box and we will relay them to our panelists. And with that, I will turn the program over to Zoma and Gigi.
Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Zoma Whiteford. I'm originally from Puerto Rico, and I am currently the STEM coordinator at St. Louis School in Clarksville. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Gigi is with me too. Gigi, if you want to introduce yourself. I think you're muted, Gigi.
Yeah, Gigi, you're muted.
How about now? Can you hear me?
That works. Now we can hear you.
All right. Okay. Very well. My name is Gigi Guzman, and I'm here trying to give information about the STEM program. We're really delighted to be of assistance in that direction. Hopefully this will reach a lot of Latino kids that may want to take a step forward in that direction. I guarantee that the end results will be fantastic for everyone involved.
Okay, so should we start with the first question? And perhaps we'll go in order. Maybe we'll start with Ileana. Can you tell us your name, your current title, and give us a brief description of your job? And for those of us, to do in Spanish, por favor, díganos su nombre, su título, y da una breve descripción de su trabajo. Gracias. You're muted.
I didn't want to add to the background noise. Thank you so much. I'm Dr. Ileana Pazos. I am a research chemist at the National Institute of Standards and Technology, and I do calibration work, measurements for radiation, primarily to sterilize medical equipment. Mi nombre es Ileana Pazos, doctora Ileana Pazos. Soy química, trabajo en el Instituto de Standards y Tecnología y trabajo hago calibración de radiación para aplicaciones como esterilización de equipos médicos.
Great, thank you. Who wants to go next? Gianni, you want to go next? Sure.
Oh, I thought Xiomara was eyeing there. Okay, well, so I'll go ahead. I'm Gianni. I am an electrical engineer, and I do radar systems engineering for test and evaluation. And what was the other thing? A brief description of what that entails? Yeah, so that's basically designing systems for radars so that you can go out there, and if there's any object that's flying out in the atmosphere or moving fast, whatever, you can know where is it exactly in space and get those detections back so you know exactly where things are and get a full picture. So I'll go now in Spanish. So mi nombre es Gianni. Soy ingeniero electricista en el área de radares y yo me encargo de hacer el diseño de sistemas de radares, específicamente del área de defensa, donde tomamos los sistemas y los diseñamos para que puedas detectar objetos que se están moviendo a ciertas velocidades o que están ocultos en la atmósfera en cualquier punto y poder tener una mejor idea de dónde están los objetos.
Thank
Qué
you.
bien, qué bien. Muy bien. A ver, nos podría hablar la próxima persona. Si no es, a ver, ¿quién se anima? Xiomara, ¿podría
Okay.
hablarnos?
Of course. So good evening, everybody. My name is Xiomara Calderon Colon. I'm a material scientist and project manager. And a brief description of my job, basically, I have the opportunity to provide material solution for different challenges that the nation are facing. So half of my time, I spend my time in the lab doing some experiment, and the other half I manage project or different tasks depending on different sponsor. Buenas noches, mi nombre es Xiomara Calderón Colón. Yo soy una científica que se especializa en materiales. También tengo la oportunidad de manejar diferentes proyectos. En mi trabajo, básicamente, la mitad del tiempo estoy en el laboratorio haciendo experimentos, la otra mitad me encargo de manejar proyectos dependiendo de los diferentes patrocinadores que nos llegan y trabajamos en el laboratorio.
Muy bien, muchísimas gracias. Thank you very much. Who would like to go next? How about Carlos? Dr. Carlos Martinez. I guess he's not. Yeah.
Dr. Martinez, you're muted.
I did the same thing again, trying to be good. Okay, so I'm Dr. Carlos Martinez with CAM Physical Therapy and Wellness Services. My title is President of CAM Physical Therapy. And a description of my job, I kind of have a few different jobs. As many of us business owners know, we have many hats, but the number one thing is that I'm a clinician and I treat patients with, neck pain, back pain, maybe problems in the knee or something like that. But I also manage the practice and manage the teams. We have other managers in the practice, but at the end of the day, I have to make sure that I'm able to manage those situations that come up. Buenas noches, soy Dr. Carlos Martínez. El título mío es presidente de CAM Physical Therapy and Wellness Services. En mi trabajo, yo trabajo con pacientes que tienen dolor en su espalda, en la columna, en la rodilla, cualquier problema de dolor, nosotros trabajamos con esos dolores. También en mi trabajo, el negocio es mío, so tengo que manejar el negocio y manejo todos los empleados y todo lo que pasa en el negocio o en la oficina, yo tengo que estar presente o saber lo que está pasando. So, trabajo con los empleados también. Y eso es quién soy. That's who I am.
Excellent. All right. I got lost here.
Who wants to go next? Amaya, do you want to go next?
Sure.
Gracias.
Sure. Hi, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. So my name is Dr. Amaya Montoya. I am a chemist by training, and I am currently the R&D director for the polyolefins product and analytical sciences group at W.R. Grace in Columbia, Maryland. So what do we do in my group? What we do is we design polyolefin products. So basically plastics, polypropylene, polyethylene, that are made with the W.R. Grace catalysts. And we try to design them for applications. For example, we're working now in designing a polypropylene that will have more toughness, such that you can make bumpers for your car, which are lighter. And ultimately your car will use less gas and it will be more sustainable and more environmentally friendly. Me llamo doctora Amaya Montoya y soy química y ahora en estos momentos soy la directora de investigación y desarrollo del grupo de poliolefinas y ciencias analíticas en W.R. Grace en Columbia, Maryland. Con mi grupo diseñamos materiales de plásticos, materiales de polipropileno y polietileno y que se hacen con los catalizadores de WR Grace. Y por ejemplo, como un ejemplo, lo que estamos haciendo ahora, estamos diseñando materiales de polipropileno para los parachoques de los coches, de tal forma que sean más fuertes, de tal forma que se puedan hacer los parachoques más livianos, y así los coches también son más livianos y utilizan menos gasolina, siempre mirando la sostenibilidad de los materiales.
Muy bien, entonces, gracias. Y perdón, ¿son igualmente de fuertes?
Sí, sí, tienen que ser igualmente. Por ahí está la innovación que tenemos que tener todos los días, porque al final y al cabo los coches tienen que ser igual de resistentes y nos tienen que proteger igual. Así que ese es el challenge.
Ese es el reto, ¿no es cierto? El gran reto.
El reto.
Muy bien, entonces, ¿qué tal acerca de Julio? ¿Dónde está Julio? Julio, where are you? There you go.
Excellent. I love from my last work. And so my name is Julio Hernandez, and I am the CEO of Enlight Energy. And we help transform houses into zero energy homes. And so what that means is we use energy efficiency, we use intelligent energy monitoring, we use renewable energy to make sure that the power that your home utilizes is all, generally developed from the home. So it's generated from the home. What I do in practice is I build teams. And so my job as the CEO of my company is to go after kids that grow up and turn into STEM professionals, whether it's site techs, electrical engineers, structural engineers. We have all sorts of different types of people that help us execute what we do, and put them together in teams so that they can make this happen and we can have a successful company and have a good service for the families that we serve.
So Julio, you are a job provider and a job starter. You are basically a trainer in some ways. Is that correct?
Literalmente lo que hago. Entonces, en español, mi nombre es Julio Hernández, soy el presidente de Enlight Energy. Nosotros ayudamos a convertir a las casas en casas renovables, las cuales utilizan menos energía de lo que ellas mismas desarrollan. Eso lo hacemos a través de eficiencia energética, a través de monitoreo inteligente de la energía de la casa y a través de la implementación de energía renovable. Y en mi trabajo, probablemente la parte más importante en lo que me paso haciendo yo específicamente es buscando personas que han desarrollado sus carreras en las ciencias, como las personas que ojalá estén viendo este video, ya sean ingenieros eléctricos, ingenieros estructurales, todo tipo. En realidad hay muchísimos diferentes tipos de personas, los cuales nosotros traemos juntos para desarrollar los proyectos que llevamos a cabo.
Oh, qué lindo. Pues gracias. Muchas gracias. Y la mejor suerte en todas estas cosas y ojalá que más muchachos latinos se entusiasmen, ¿no es cierto? Bien,
Amen.
entonces. Así es. That's right. So thank you, Julio. That was great. And how about Amaya Montoya?
No, we listened to her already.
Oh, we did.
Yes,
Who's
we have
next, then?
everybody. I think everybody answered our first question.
Okay. How about Julia Hunter? I see Julia Hunter here. Is there, no?
No.
She's
Not part of the panel, but I can speak if you want me to.
I'm sorry,
No.
That's okay. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Well,
So
you go ahead.
do we want to go to the second question? The second question is, what do you like best about your job? ¿Qué es lo más que le gusta de su trabajo? And Dr. Pasos, if you want to go ahead and get started, we'll do it in the same order. How about that? That will work. You're still muted. It's okay.
Geez, I hope that doesn't happen every time I answer a question. Thank you. So I was saying that I love my job. I love every part of my job. The best part of my job is that I do important work. It matters to people. It touches people's lives. I think it's really interesting, and I'm excited to go every day. So I don't think you can ask for much more than that. And I get to learn new things. I get to be creative with my experimental design and interact with the customers that I serve, interact with my coworkers. So it's just, you can't ask for more than waking up excited to go to work every day. So I'll try to say all that in Spanish. So, me gusta todo en mi trabajo. Me encanta todo que hago en mi trabajo. La mejor parte de mi trabajo es que hago cosas importantes, interesantes. Puedo aprender cosas nuevas cada día. Puedo ser creativa todos los días y puedo trabajar con personas, clientes y con las personas que, coworkers, no sé, cada día. Y es si puedes despertar cada día con excitement para ir a el trabajo, es la mejor cosa que puede ser.
¿Puedo hacer una pregunta?
Sí.
Can I ask a
Of course.
question? Yes. Can you give us an example of what you do in almost scientific, but not quite terms?
Yes. So I said that I do calibrations for radiation. Radiation is used over medical equipment. So when you're in the hospital and you're cut open with tools, you don't want a bacteria on those tools because then you'll get sick from them. So there's companies that use radiation to kill all the bacteria on the medical equipment. And if you put too much radiation, that's not good because it will kill all the bacteria, but it will affect the quality of the medical tools. But if you do too little radiation, it won't completely sterilize the medical tools. So they need to know how much they're delivering each time and make sure that they deliver the same amount of radiation so that you can be reproducible. And to do that, you need to measure the amount of radiation. And so I help them build curves and graphs and understand their system. And so it's really important because if I don't do my job, that will trickle down to unsafe
Right.
surgical rooms. And so, but radiation is also used in the food system. And I guess I'll switch over to Spanish because
That's okay.
otherwise it's will be too long. La cosa, en mi trabajo, dije que hago calibraciones para la radiación. El equipo médico necesita estar esterilizado, porque si hay una bacteria que estás en el médico cuando estás en un cirugía.
Cirugía.
Sí. No quieres
infecciones.
Tener enfermedad, sí, infección del médico. Entonces necesita usar equipo que no es sucio. Entonces usan radiación para limpiarlos. Y si hay demasiado radiación, puede afectar el equipo y no funciona. Pero si no hay bastante, no está limpio. Entonces yo yo ayudo a hacer charts, gráficos y
That's good.
los measurements, ¿cómo
Los
se dice?
medidas, medidas.
Medidas,
Ujú.
para que pueden hacerlo el mismo cada vez para que es safe. Um,
Muy bien, muy bien. Muchas
okay,
gracias.
gracias.
That's good. That's good. Zulma, you want to take the next? You're muted.
Not
Sorry.
only me.
Tell me
That's
say
right.
that every day. You're muted. Gianni, do you want to answer that? What do you like best about your job? ¿Cuál es lo más que te gusta de tu trabajo?
Sure, yeah. So from my end, the things I enjoy the most about my work is that I'm able to find solutions to really hard problems, coach and assemble teams. Like most of the folks in this panel, I enjoy coaching other individuals within my own team and assembling smaller teams to go tackle really hard problems, help enhance the defense of the nation via difficult systems that are assembled to protect it from any sort of like attacks from enemies and all that stuff. And the most important part is the work-life balance. And that's mainly being able to go into work, immerse myself into it, but then at the end of the day, just kind of like switch off and come back and start just, living my own life outside of work. So I'll translate it now in Spanish. Básicamente las cosas que más yo disfruto en mi trabajo es poder encontrar soluciones para problemas que son bien difíciles. Y otra cosa que en realidad disfruto es poder entrenar otros profesionales dentro de mi campo y crear equipos más pequeños para poder buscar soluciones a algunos problemas que son bien difíciles, poder ayudar a aumentar las defensas de la nación estadounidense, por si acaso algún día deben utilizarlas contra cualquier enemigo, y el balance entre trabajo y vida. Y ese viene siendo de que pues, puedo ir al trabajo y luego de ahí puedo poder transicionar a no tener que estar pensando en el trabajo y poder estar afuera y disfrutar y toda la cosa.
Gracias, Gianni. I have to ask you a question, and this, I know I can see a couple of my students online, so they'll know what I'm talking about. How much cryptology do you use in your job? A lot, a little bit? Does it play a big role?
Yes, so there is. And as a matter of fact, there's a couple more disciplines that we actually utilize. Like, for example, I know that now people are talking about artificial intelligence and machine learning and those kind of things. But from a cryptology standpoint, how we use it in several layers. One of the easiest ones to, kind of like be able to like share that is sometimes when we send a wave into the atmosphere to detect something that's out there, that wave will go out there and we want it to go somewhat unnoticed. So we'll change things in that wave or use cryptology in there so that the information coming back cannot be deciphered as easily. And you'd actually have to have a lot of different properties of that wave to be able to really know what's in there. Another way that we use it is, for example, we can utilize those properties because, for example, we may encounter things along the way that are going to, in a way, tarnish or like diminish the ability of that wave to go to the point we want it to go to. So by changing these properties, we can measure what do we need to modify to make it go all the way out there. So I'll transition it into Spanish now. Me hicieron una pregunta de pues, criptología, cuánto se utiliza. Y básicamente lo utilizamos en varios niveles. Uno de ellos viene siendo cuando nosotros utilizamos ondas electromagnéticas, que viene siendo las ondas invisibles que van en el espacio. Y si queremos utilizarlas para saber dónde está un objeto en el espacio, pues nosotros lo que hacemos es que utilizamos criptología para que cuando esas medidas regresen a nuestro radar, pues no puedan ser descifradas inmediatamente si alguien fuera a interceptar esa onda. Cosa de que la información está ahí. Un ejemplo sencillo viene siendo en el radio, cuando está utilizando FM o AM, esas ondas, si tú no tienes la llave para poder descifrarlas, pues no puedes escuchar la estación.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Okay, so who's next? Would that be Dr.
I will go ahead. This is Xiomara.
Okay, thank you. That's great, Xiomara.
So the best part of my job is the fact that I can come up with solutions for a very complex problem, very similar to Gianni. But the other part is that I can use what I have learned since I was in high school, in my bachelor degree, in my PhD. So right now I'm utilizing everything, all the knowledge that I have gained over the years. The other part is that I have the opportunity to train other people. So I think it's important for all of us here to kind of pass that experience, pass that knowledge, and build a new generation. And the new generation is right here listening to us. So that's the other part that I really love about my job. So in Spanish, la mejor parte de mi trabajo es que puedo proveer soluciones a problemas que son bien complejos, y no solo eso, puedo aplicar todo lo que aprendí en la escuela intermedia, en la escuela superior, en mi bachillerato, que hice un bachillerato en química industrial, y también lo que aprendí en mi doctorado, que hice un doctorado en ciencias de materiales. La otra parte de mi trabajo que es bien fascinante es el hecho de que tengo la oportunidad de proveer y compartir el conocimiento que yo tengo con las nuevas generaciones. Y las nuevas generaciones que yo sé que están aquí hoy escuchándonos y que yo espero poderlos ver en un futuro y probablemente terminar trabajando para ustedes.
So, Xiomara, can you give us a specific example of a project that you can share briefly to give us a more concrete idea?
Absolutely. So I'm going to give you like a high level of what I do. So as a material scientist, I have the opportunity to work with nanomaterials. Those are materials that are very, very small. You cannot see them with your eyes. You need special equipment to be able to see them. I work with biomaterials. So those materials are derived from biological materials, and also composite materials, materials that you mix different type of materials to come up with perhaps new materials. So the application that I typically work are developing materials for protection. So think about decontamination materials, materials that can survive extreme temperatures. So think about anything that needs to fly to space and encounter those extreme environments. And also materials that can be used for healthcare application. So think about therapeutic delivery. So in Spanish, I do, me especializo en materiales pequeños, en nanomateriales. Esos son materiales que son bien pequeñitos, que se necesitan instrumentos especializados para poder verlo. Biomateriales son materiales que son, que el cuerpo puede absorber en algunos casos, y materiales que son compuestos, que mezcla ciertos materiales y desarrolla nuevos materiales. Específicamente trabajo en el desarrollo de materiales que nos puedan proteger, como por ejemplo materiales que puedan ayudarnos con la contaminación, o materiales que puedan sobrevivir a temperaturas extremas, y también materiales que puedan servir para aplicaciones relacionadas con el cuidado de la salud, como por ejemplo desarrollar nuevos terapias o vehículos que puedan proveer nuevas terapias.
Excelente. All right. Very good. How about you, Carlos? Can you step in? Carlos?
You're muted.
Keep doing. I'm trying not to have any background noise, and of course I'm messing it up. But anyway, what I like the best about my job, it's hard to say what I like the best because I just love what I do in general. I think the thing is I really like helping people. I like people in general, and I like to help anybody who's having any kind of pain or who's having any type of issues with pain. I like to help them. But the other part of my job that I like is creating opportunities for other people to